Hello, welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be Fade Away from the River. So what I'm going to do now is play through the whole song, then come back and go through all the individual parts. See you in a bit. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we're going to do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, so this song is about 106 BPM. give or take. In the key of D major, that's the parent key anyway, so D major, 106 BPM. Let's take a look at the chords first, okay? So we've got a G major chord first, so you can play that as a normal G chord like this. By the way, this can be played on a normal acoustic. I've just borrowed this 12 string. It's a relatively inexpensive one, but sounds pretty good, I think, for the price. But yeah, so I'm not used to playing a 12 string, but sounds pretty cool. But again, you can play all this on an acoustic if you want. It will be all exactly the same picking, etc. Okay, so G major, first finger, second fret A, middle finger, third fret low E, third finger, third fret high E, or play it more like this, more like Bruce plays it, middle finger, second fret A, third finger, third fret low E, little finger, high E. Normal D major chord, first finger, second fret G, third finger, third fret B, middle finger, second fret high E. A sus4, I just think this sounds lush, especially on a 12 string. First finger, second fret D, middle finger, second fret G, third finger, third fret B. I think the challenge of the 12 string for me has been, I've only really been playing it last 2 days, is the neck's a bit thicker than I'm used to, and obviously you've got to make sure you grab kind of both sort of strings. Obviously they're all doubled up, the strings, 2 E strings, 2A, 2D, 2G, 2B, 2E with different pitches. Just making sure you're kind of grabbing the notes cleanly, which is, I found is quite a challenge, but it sounds awesome. I've never played a 12 string before. I just thought this song is pretty much all 12 string. Okay, so that's the A sus4, and then a normal A major chord. So sometimes I might play it like that: first finger, second fret D, middle finger, second fret G, third finger, third fret B. I mean, 5 strings. Or sometimes I might bar it like that if I'm only picking those middle sort of strings. Okay, so that's the first 4 chords. So there's only 6 chords really. Then B minor. Standard B minor bar chord, bar the second fret from the A string, third finger, 4th fret D, little finger, 4th fret G, middle finger, 3rd fret B. Okay, and then a standard E minor chord, middle finger, 2nd fret A, 3rd finger, 2nd fret D. So there are your chords. Again, we're just going to be going through I'm pretty sure I can hear 2 12 string parts at least on the track. It's quite hard to see how, and this is kind of more the standardized version we're going to go through, so I'm calling this 12 string run. I've also tabbed out, you can hear on the walkthrough, and if you decide to get the backing track from JS Music School, this shop one, there'll be 2 12 strings as well as the other instruments, so drums. Yeah, so there's some cool little lead parts, which I think sound awesome. So that's on the other guitar part. Again, any tabs you get, if you're getting them via the codes on Subscribestar, everything's downloaded from the online shop, jsmusicschool.co.uk, if you want it in PDF, Guitar Pro format, obviously the backing tracks. Any questions about any of that stuff, let me know. Okay, cool. So there are all your chords. I'm just going to put the song structure up on the screen now. So basically all my song structures for any YouTube videos that I do, they'll be in the description down below. So you can sort of copy and paste it, put it in a Word file or whatever, just to break everything down. I find that helps. And everything. Any chords in brackets means there's more than one chord in that particular bar. So hopefully it makes you break everything down, because a lot of repeating parts in songs, okay? So let's take a look at the intro first. Again, don't forget, these picking patterns will be varied, especially live all the time, and it obviously helps to kind of use this as a foundation and then embellish it. You don't, if you change up the picking pattern, that's all fine. Bruce will do it all the time differently, okay? So yeah, bear that in mind. So this is the kind of the standardized parts that I think they're sounding most throughout the song. So get your normal G chord. Again, you can even, with this version of G, you can even just use your third and little fingers if you're not playing the A string, okay? So you're going to get the low E string, then the B, then the G, then up on the E, then up on the B, then down on the G, then up on the B. So timing-wise, 8 notes. One of them's tied in the start of beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm picking it like this: down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up. And then do the same thing with a D major, strings D, B, G, E, B, G, B. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then G, D again, then D, G, D again. Now sometimes, you can probably see in the walkthrough, sometimes I'll go, instead of doing this, It doesn't give you much time to get to the next chord. I sometimes do this. And do some kind of open strings, so it's nice and loose. Then once you've done the G, D 3 times, you've got A sus4, A, G, same rhythm, A, G, D, B, G, D, G, and then kind of arpeggiate, an A chord, okay? Cool, so that's the intro, okay? G, D 3 times with that picking pattern, then A sus4, and then strum the A. Cool, so now what we're gonna do is go for the first, second, and then the fourth verses, okay? So they're all pretty much exactly the same. Again, feel free to embellish and change up the picking pattern as you see fit. You could also, on the other guitar part done, I put a little bit of kind of a sort of quieter strumming if you prefer. If you're not too keen on picking, you want to do it more strumming, the other guitar part might be for you, okay? So, okay, or alternatively, just take this chord progression, do some strumming instead. So basically, we're going to go the first verse. So what you've got is G, A, D, D twice, okay? First verse, second verse, fourth verse, pretty much exactly the same. G, A, 2 bars of D. And you basically just do that twice to produce this 8-bar progression. Cool, so that's first, second, and fourth verses. They've got 4 bridges, again, cross-reference with the song structures. These are all 4 bars, and basically you've got 2 bars of G, and then 2 bars of A. Cool, so they're all your 4 bridges. Okay, so let's take a look at the first, second, and third choruses. Okay, so again, if you cross-reference with the song structure, first and second are pretty much exactly the same. The third chorus is doubled up, but as you can see, the first and second choruses, you've got 2 bars of D at the end. So the way the third chorus, it goes sort of, does just the first 8 bars of that 9-bar pattern, so 1 bar of D instead of 2 bars of D, then loops and does it again, okay? So I'll show you what I mean. So basically the first chorus, you've got G, same picking pattern, D, G, D, D, A, and 2 bars of D. And the third chorus, you just do the first 8 bars of what we just did, so 1 bar of D instead of 2 at the end, and then just double it. Cool, so nice and simple. It's always worth looking at different patterns to break everything down and make it more manageable. Cool, so you've got that awesome third verse, which is quite a bit different from the rest of the song. And what happens is, I'm pretty sure, listening to the song over and over again, it sounds like it's just bass, obviously Bruce, piano, and sort of singing. So Bruce singing, bass and piano. So really stripped down with the first half of the third verse, okay? And what it is an 8-bar phrase. Okay, so it's just piano and bass the first 8 bars, and you've got some sort of split bars, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'll just play you the second half of the third verse, which is the same 8-bar chord progression, but the first half of that you're not playing, okay? So G, D, D, A, D, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, 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 G, D, G, D, A sus4, A. Cool, that's roughly what I think is going on. So you start off with a G, down, and I'm doing up, up, up on E, B and G strings. After that, 1 and 2 and, then D major, down, up, up, down, on the and of 4, and then up, up, down, up, E, B, G, B, then D, down, and then up, up, up. Those first 2 bars again, down, up, 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 down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, up, up. Time-wise, they're all 8th notes. Bar 3, you're just going to do a strum on A, 1 beat, and then back to beat 2, D. So 1, 2, and then the same picking pattern that we had at the end of the second bar, down, up, up, down. And then I'm going up, up, down, up, down, up, up, up. Okay, so play the first 4 bars, that second half of the third verse, nice and slowly. Down, up, 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 down, up, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Cool, then bar 5 and 6 are exactly the same as 1 and 2. You know they're different, so it's just it's the same as doing bar 1 twice. So G, D, G, D, and the last 2 bars you've got A+4 to start with, down, up, down, down, up, A major, down, 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 up. Cool. Let me just play that nice and slowly. That second half of that awesome third verse, which is just slightly different but beautiful. Okay, so G, D, D, A, D, down, up, down, down, up, G, D, G, D, A. Awesome. Okay, cool. So that is the third verse. Okay, and then after that we've got the after the third verse, got the third bridge, same as the others, going to the organ solo. Okay, which is beautiful organ parts on this song. Again, don't forget, if you want the tabs for the other part, you can either get it a discount code sent to your email address on the 7th of every month that allows you to go to the website, online store where everything's kept, PDFs, guitar profiles, backing tracks. You can download any of these files. So any parts that I mentioned that I've transcribed will be in the tab. So this one's got 2 parts, which is pretty cool. Or you could get, if you just want one-off files, just go straight to JS Music School, download the files you want. Any questions, happy to answer any questions about anything. Okay, cool, yeah, so basically the organ solo, what you've got is B minor for 4 bars. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so middle 4 strings, down on the A string, down, up, down, up, down, up, and again, and again. So 4 bars at B minor, E minor, it sounds something like this, down, up, down, up. Don't even need to have any fingers down for this one, which is cool. Down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. A+4. Same kind of picking bit that we had at the end of the third verse. So it sounds really cool, and again with the other guitar parts doing little fiddly bits as well. Over the top, it just sounds really rich and yeah, lovely song. I think I've seen this live once, maybe at the Emirates, possibly 2008 in London. Pretty awesome. Okay, so that's the whole of the organ solo, and then basically in the outro, which fades out on record, to see that as 2 times through this 8-bar phrase, and then you can end on D chord. It obviously fades out on record, but basically it's just going back and forth between G, D. So those 2 bars you do 4 times, so that's 8 bars in total. Double it up just to make it easier when I was making the backing track, and then end on D. So that's pretty much all of the parts of the main guitar part. Really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you have. Any comments, suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. Please subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. And let me know if any questions about getting files, tabs, or song requests. All song requests are done via monthly polls on the subscribe star page. There's different tiers. Happy to answer any questions about anything. Thanks very much again for watching. See you next time. Cheers. Bye. If you'd like to get guitar profiles, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the subscribe star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.